Welcome to What It Takes Radio, and this is our story. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan Houston for What It Takes Radio. If you look kind of down in the corner over there, it says Stan Houston, What It Takes Radio. And for all of my visual shooting, that is, shooting pictures, that little emblem is a part of who we are. Now, we are the leader of, the founding member of the Christian Entrepreneur Network and leading the Jesus Entrepreneur Experience, but we are kind of a serial entrepreneur, and we also are the founder and leader of What It Takes Radio, a performance marketing company, a podcasting and publishing marketing company. And it's based on the idea that many years ago, I was one of the first people to kind of come up with the idea of podcasting. Now, I had been in radio for many years before that, going back as a missionary broadcaster and then around the world teaching others how to do radio and how to do it in the name of Jesus. But that's what has always fascinated me. As my mother said, she said, at the age of 7, I caught Stanley Paul up on top of the counter, and he was grabbing the little radio and looking inside because he heard all of those voices, and he told me that he wanted to see the people who were talking inside the radio, the little people that must be there. I've always had a fascination, ham radio operator, always involved in shortwave radio listening. And of course, when I made my life change from being a teacher, it just seemed very natural that I'd like to get involved in radio. So I went back and got my degree in radio from one of the fine schools. It was also run in many ways by the CBS Corporation. And I was told that, there might be a real future for me there. So I thought that'd be great. However, in the meantime, God interrupted me and, in effect, led me to missionary radio with Trans World Radio, and so I became a worldwide broadcaster there. Spent a number of years there, and then went back into business and marketing and living you might say, a normal life as kind of an overeducated disc jockey. But always wanted to be back involved in radio. And so recently we decided that it was time to do that again. And so we founded the What It Takes Radio company. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about that because there is a story behind it that might be helpful. I'm going to reach for a book here. As we were serving in Arizona, we were doing our work and kind of semi-retired for many people, but not for me. And we met a man in the church that we had helped to kind of put together for those of us in our encore years. And the man's name was Eugene Jennings. And I found out that he had been, like me, a business performance coach, but he was much older, and he had been involved as one of the top coaches to many of the Fortune 50, not Fortune 500, Fortune 50 CEOs. He was what was called a confidential advisor to many of those names that you might even know about, from IBM to the Ford Motor Company. He was the man, the coach. As he said, Stan, it's nice to meet you, but you need to know I don't get along with fools too well. I'm kind of stubborn that way. Well, I passed the non-foolish test. We became good and wonderful friends. And later in his life, he said to me, Stan, my sons aren't interested because I wrote a number of books called What It Takes. And there's a whole series of management books that are very powerful on what it takes. And he said, Stan, I want you to carry that on. I believe in you. You have the spiritual values and the expertise and the ideas, and I love that you could perhaps do it in radio. So he said, and he kind of put his hand on me and said, I pass on what it takes, the whole what it takes idea to you. Please do well with it. And so the What It Takes radio company was formed. And the woman who was advising me on the how we kind of amplifying it said, well, first of all, it's a worldwide thing and we have to have a radio signal going out. And by the way, since it's just you right now, let's not say you just have a team, it's you. And you have a very distinctive appearance. I said, yeah, that's kind of true. She said, so we're just going to name the company, the What It Takes radio company, helping you to reach your audience. Everybody has an audience, and if you want to be successful in business, you have to grow an audience and build an audience. And from that audience, you have to get some friends and some followers and believers and customers who will value your services, pay money for you to serve them or to acquire the products you have. So it's the What It Takes radio company, and it's helping you to reach your audience so you can build your business, build your organization, build a unique way of life. Perhaps use it for the great cause that you are behind, supporting. I very much use it in the way that I want to with what I call the Christian Entrepreneur Network, the Jesus Entrepreneur Experience, but I'm also helping many other good organizations. We don't work for the bad guys or work with them, who want to use the media to help make the world a better place. They're not just people who want to make money with it, though that's a part of the deal, but they want to actually use the modern media to help people flourish. I'm becoming well known for the expression which says, if your business does not help people flourish and grow and be better, if your business does not help people flourish, your business is probably a racket. And when I say that, I oftentimes get a cheer. One time I got a standing ovation. Yeah, build a business that makes a difference, that matters, that will help the world be a better place and better people in positions of authority, power, and influence. And so that's what the What It Takes radio company is all about. We are in the business of helping people like you who have no experience in radio. And I've done thousands of radio programs, and that is not an exaggeration. I've done hundreds of thousands of videos, and I would love for the opportunity to teach you and your team, your organization, how this new modern media, the podcasting, the various ways that audio and video are being used to tell the story. Right now, it is true that digital media now outnumbers the traditional on-the-air radio and television broadcasts. Over 50% of the people now use the internet digital streaming for their information and entertainment. That doesn't mean that the regular radio stations are going to go away, but they are diminishing in number because it's a lot more expensive to use all of those big transmitters and towers and all of that electricity when something like this can be done almost inexpensively cheap and still reach even more people. So that's what the What It Takes radio company is all about. I'm here. I have a small team, and we are here to help you and your business and your organization make your mark. You can be, as one person said, could I even be a YouTube star? And I said, well, you can be on YouTube and you can star. I don't know what it'll particularly do for you, but I do know this. that by being involved in radio and television and learning how to do that, you will be far better at your business, at your communication. Even if you never do another podcast, if you never do a radio station, if you ever do a radio program, you will be far better as a communicator. Many years ago, Dale Carnegie said, if you want to be successful in business, you actually have to learn how to do public speaking. And he taught that for many, many years. I'm following up on that because I'm rewriting Dale Carnegie's book and trying to make it up to date. It's over 80 some years old now. And I'll say, if you want to make your mark in the marketplace today, you need to know how to use, as I say, how to be behind the microphone and in front of the camera. You need to know how to be a broadcaster. Even though you make mistakes from time to time, like I just did, you need to have the energy and the personality and the ability to know how to use the modern mass media marketing, which now dominates communication around the world. And it's not just for the big shots anymore. It's for those of oftentimes humble origins and humble ambitions, but we have a good cause and a good business to promote. And this is the best way to do it. Please reach out to me, stan@witradio.net, stan@witradio.net, and perhaps you'd like to partner with me and become a part of the organization, because essentially, not only do I have this business card, but this card, but my friend said, Stan, let's make another one for when you're gone, and the company will still go on. And we've done that already. And I would love to go there quickly because the team has grown. It'll be full of a number of men and women who are partners in the What It Takes radio company. And they might say, you've done a good job, old man. Now, why don't you just kind of fade away and become a silent microphone guy? And I will welcome that day and thank God for the opportunity to help younger men and women know how to use this powerful means to do good in the world. Reach your audience. Do what matters. Make a difference. Put good words and good messages and things that are inspiring and motivating and helpful into the World Wide Web. We can do that, and we can do it with you, and we can help you do it. Again, reach out to me at stan@witradio.net. Witradio.net is our humble little website, but we primarily use, just like this, the radio, the podcast, and the video, the YouTube, to tell our story. And you will be doing the same thing soon. Take care. I hope to work with you soon. Bye for now.